Hey everybody, my name is Kate Sewell. I am the Nursing Education Director here at Grandview Medical Center, and I'm really happy to have the chance to speak with some awesome Wallace State students today. We have hired a slew of Wallace State students in the last 6 months, but also in the last several years, and we're thrilled by that. We really want to continue the pipeline that we've created where we're really able to funnel Wallace State students to us. So if you're looking to work in Birmingham, we would love to have you. We are a 400 plus bed facility, pursuing even more than that. And we have specialty areas. We have 4 different critical care units. We have, I believe, 6 or 7 different med-surg specialties. There's no med-surg general floor here. We really want all of our nurses to specialize in something and feel like they're content experts in that field and in that patient population. We find that drives nurse satisfaction, but also patient satisfaction and improvement in patient outcomes. So we really prioritize that. We have a level 3 emergency department. We have a booming OR, and we are one of the few places in the Birmingham area that will hire new graduates into our OR. So we're very happy about that. We also have a very booming women's floor, and I laugh because they are literally repopulating the earth as we speak, and they are hiring new graduates. We are growing all 3 of our service lines in women. So NICU, labor and delivery, and postpartum, they all have plans to expand within the coming year. And as they expand, they need nurses, and they love Wallace nurses. So please keep us in mind if women's is a passion of yours. We have an awesome behavioral health unit that will also hire new graduates. One unique thing about our behavioral health unit, we are licensed to care for the behavioral health patient across the entire lifespan. We're actually the only facility in the state that's able to do that. We can take behavioral health patients from age 2 all the way up to 100 plus. Our oldest patient currently is 105. And you kind of specialize in that age range. So if you really want to love on the kids and be involved in pediatric psych, that's where we train you to specialize and stay. So just kind of a neat thing there. And I'm trying to think, top of the building, neuro, we've kind of talked about med-surg. I think that's kind of the key areas where we really love to target new graduates. About the only place we do not actively hire new graduates is into our PACU, which is kind of our recovery area post-operatively, and our well baby nursery. We just need those nurses to be able to recognize patterns of decline. So we ask for experience there. But anywhere else, pretty much, we're willing to hire new graduates. Couple of exciting things we have going on that I wanted to tell you guys about today. We are actively looking to bring in Wallace students as nursing student PCAs. We're able to start them at a slightly higher base rate than our average PCA, and we kind of target them into those specialized med-surg areas. We have a few rare critical care opportunities and a few rare women's opportunities. But if you'll jump in with us as a student PCA, it sets you up for success later. And if you'll commit to working 6 shifts in a 6-week period for us, I'll say that again, 6 shifts in a 6-week period, that sets you up where you're eligible to apply for tuition reimbursement immediately upon completion of orientation here. And we're really excited about that. That's a newer opportunity that we've just started here at Grandview, and we want to continue that and let you guys be aware of it and know about it. So if that interests you, you have my contact info, please reach out. Also, those of you that are going to pursue your LPN, your practical nursing degree, and take that test after your 3rd semester, we have more opportunities now than ever for LPNs as well. I believe that's in a flyer to you guys earlier in the year, but our offer still holds. We have opportunities on our 8th floor and our 9th floor. That's our pulmonary floor. One side of that is COVID, one side of that is non-COVID. Both of those are hiring student LPNs. And also on our 9th floor, which is a split with oncology, and then a kind of interesting post-surgical floor, both of whom will also hire LPNs. And guys, our LPN incentives are legit, and we actually have great part-time LPN roles where you can actually maintain a 2-day-a-week schedule and stay in school and be eligible for benefits, tuition reimbursement, all kinds of really great stuff. We would love to help pay for your school if you can commit a little bit of time to us. And the great thing too about that is if you're coming in as that LPN, we have even more pay incentives for you. So, and I can tell you starting pay rates and things like that. We have multiple dollar incentives for being on those med-surg floors. That's a $2 incentive. Our COVID incentive is currently $6 an hour. So LPNs can make up to $30 an hour depending on the specific unit where they want to work in the specific area and kind of what shift and those types of things. So I'd just like you to be aware of that. We have great benefits, 401ks with matching. And what else am I forgetting to tell you guys? Free parking, because everyone loves to park for free. And that's not the case everywhere. We're happy to offer free parking. We're very excited about that. And then kind of the last thing I'll leave you guys with, when you come to Grandview, we're very passionate about the nurses and the staff who train new hires. Whether you start with us as a PCA, whether you start with us as an LPN, or whether you start with us as a new graduate. And if you start with us as a new graduate, the nurse who trains you, we call a clinical coach. And what that means here, every clinical coach has to go to class every year to learn how to teach new grads in the best ways and in the most evidence-based ways. And that's a class that I help teach and my team helps teach. And we have a lot of fun. We do a lot of role-based scenarios and things like that. But why I want you to know that is because we invest in the nurses who are going to be investing time in you. And I think that's why our turnover rates are better and why we're able to hang on to staff, because we really believe in investing in people, and that's how we get them to stay. So Birmingham has so many great healthcare options. You really can't go wrong if you want to be in this city. But I just think those are some of the unique things that might set Grandview apart in your mind. And we hope that will make you interested. And please reach out if anything I said sparks an interest in you today. I think we find that the nurses who we believe are the most successful here, and the nurses that have proven themselves to be the most successful here, are nurses who are willing to invest. And I kind of use that phrase when I talked about us being willing to invest in you. But we find that we can take employees the farthest if they will give us their time and their energy and their good attitude. And if they're willing to invest in us, we're going to double that investment tenfold back in them. I think I could list, at least 10 people off the top of my head who came in here in a bedside role, whether that was as a PCA or whether that was as a nursing preceptor or whether that was as a bedside nurse like myself. And because I said yes, and because I said I'd love to try that, I have a real interest in cardiac, I have a real interest in education. People saw that in me and they invested their time, and then we grow those people up through the ranks. And we also mean, when we say invest, you'll invest your time in us, but you'll also invest your time in your patients, right? Above all else, we're a growing facility. We certainly prioritize that growth, but the most important thing to us always is patients and their outcomes and their satisfaction. And if you will give of yourself to your patients and give of yourself to us, and usually those are kind of one and the same, I think you'll be really, really happy here, and you'll have a long, successful career here if that's what you want. A lot of things in our hiring process, thankfully, have been able to stay the same. Some of our directors have taken to FaceTime interviews and things like that. A lot of them might do a preliminary FaceTime interview before they bring you in, just to make sure we're reducing exposure as much as possible. Make sure that FaceTime interview goes well first, and then kind of bring you on in from there. Others are still doing a classic phone interview and then bringing you in person from there. But we are able to do in-person interviews. Many of my managers are inviting people into their office. Not as many unit tours that are happening and things like that, but they'll kind of give you all that information in their office when you come in for that in-person interview. We also are using our recruiters a lot more right now, trying to make sure that we're staying in touch with folks online and bringing in great people and great applicants, which is why I'm really glad you guys have all of my contact information. And I work with a team of 2 others, and we're working hard day and night trying to make sure we're bringing in the best folks here to Grandview. So that's really it that's changed in terms of recruitment.